All right, we're joined on the podium by Temple head coach Adam Fisher, Steve Settle, Stam Hofman. Coach, before we start with questions, could you give us some thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, that's just a gritty, tough Temple basketball game, right? Like it's 18 points in the first half, but our guys have figured out a way to stay together, be connected when shots aren't falling. That's what we told our bench. We need you now. Don't be there when things are good. And we need the bench alive when we're having trouble scoring the basketball. But again, the trust in these guys, their effort, they're relentless. It's been awesome. And, I'm excited for these guys to enjoy this and get some rest and come back tomorrow.
All right, we'll start with questions. Inside, raise your hand, please, and we'll get a microphone to you. Okay, let's start over here.
Hey, Sam, I wanted to ask first about the film session. I don't know, Coach, you said last night maybe we were having 2 film sessions today. What was sort of the attention to detail, it seemed, as to what you guys had to do defensively against each individual guy was so on point. Did that start there? What did you identify in, knowing all those assignments?
Our preparation has been the same all year. I mean, we don't approach the games differently now that we're in the tournament than prior during the season. I think we're starting to just glue together more, communicate on the defensive end more, and it's definitely showing.
You have a question?
So after that kind of first half where maybe you didn't hit all the shots you wanted to hit, what was the conversation like at halftime, and how did you guys regroup and come out so quickly to start the second half?
Yeah, it was great talking in the locker room. We realized we weren't putting the ball in the basket, and despite that, we were only down 4 points, so that was encouraging. As bad as we were playing, we were still right there, so we just knew we had to hit a couple shots, and they fell in the second half.
Let's go in the second row right here.
Isaac Bourne, Mid-Major Madness. Coach, what was your team's defensive approach in this game to just towards the end of the game basically prevent Charlotte from scoring as much as they usually do?
We had the same approach that we've had all season. Towards the end of the game, we switched a little bit more, obviously trying to not give up threes at the end and then rebound. But, these guys just do an amazing job. We talk about being elite communicators, and I think you saw that tonight. Even times where maybe we shouldn't switch, we had to because they talk. And we tell our guys all the time, if you say it, do it. We trust you guys while you're out there, and it's a huge credit to them. They've been awesome.
Front row right here.
Coach, late in the game, free throws going up. You had your eyes closed as they were going up. Just what were you thinking in those moments as it was getting closer to the end?
Yeah, you're not supposed to see that. You're supposed to be watching the free throws. I just believe in these guys, and just for me, I'm thinking, all right, if we make or miss, what do we do? So I'm just gathering my thoughts so that we can help these guys with what's next. And just, again, proud of these guys for making enough, all right, making enough for us to get the win tonight.
Steve, the defense has really stepped up ever since the tournament started. You held Charlotte to very low shooting percentages. Just what's the added intensity to the tournament been like for the team?
I just think it's our focus. I think our coaches come up with a great game plan, and we just try to execute as the best we can. And we flip the page quick and, get on to the next team.
Myra Metcalf, ESPN. Adam, you lose 10 in a row, and now you're 7-2 in your last 9 games. What was the turning point, and what does that mean for you, especially in year one?
I'll use the same joke every night. Thanks for reminding me about the 10 losses. I hope I'm reminded tomorrow night while I'm smiling too, right? I think the turning point for us, to be honest with you, was we were playing good basketball, right? In 6 of those losses, it's a possession game. And I think when you believe in what you're doing, you don't have to change things. People want a drastic change or this or that. No, we just got to keep doing it and do it a little bit more. I ask these guys all the time, give me a little bit more. If you got 13 guys that give you a little bit more, it makes a big difference. And that was our big thing. And I think, winning's a skill, and I think when we got that first one, right, it was big. It was that we can do what we were doing and win. And it reminded us of the things we were doing in November. So I think collectively it was just, finally getting over that and then doing what we do, believing, hey, this works, let's stick with it.
You have a follow-up?
For the players, we saw the celebration out there. I mean, you guys were obviously pretty excited. What did it mean to you, to advance again?
It means a lot. I mean, we put in so much work, and to finally see the results turning our way, it means a lot. Like, we kept on believing in each other, and we kept on saying it every single day. But it definitely feels good to play our best basketball right now when it matters most.
All right, right behind me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's great to see, you put in so much work, you put in so much time, and like you said, we lost 10 in a row. But we could have hung our heads, but we still showed up to work every day. So to see that, pay off when it matters most, it means a lot.
On the right.
Hey, Coach. Robbie Listella, Bleacher Brothers. Florida Atlantic up next. You guys were able to limit Vlad Golden, holding him to only 12 points in that matchup. How are you guys able to do that? And then what is the game plan looking like tomorrow as you guys try to pull that one out? Last time you guys had them within 2 in the second half.
I got absolutely no idea yet. We'll go back to the hotel. We'll watch film. I don't say that to be funny or anything. We just literally, our focus is it's a one-game tournament. And that's what we did. We watched film. Look, Dusty May is an incredible coach. I mean, that team is unbelievable. We also what they did, last year and what they've done this year. I don't think they get enough credit for what they're doing this year. They have so many weapons. We'll go back. We'll watch that film. Some of our assistants have already started scouting it, and then we'll come up with our game plan tonight. Let these guys rest, and then be ready to go tomorrow.
Front row.
Sam, when you hit that go-ahead three, first of all, how much confidence did that give you? And did you feel like that was maybe a special turning point in the game? And Steve, how much confidence did it give you to see him do that?
I mean, I'll try to keep my confidence up regardless of if the ball goes through the hoop or not. I know we put in enough work to know what shots we can take and can make. And I'll just try to bring energy no matter what. And I think it definitely helped to see the ball go through the hoop and encourage the team and bring that spark.
Yeah, I mean, that shot was a big shot, and I'm going to trust him to hit that 10 times out of 10. So if he's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
In the second row right here.
Steve, I want to ask, last couple nights, you've hit some shots with guys right on you, but, Brett, it seems like with your height, maybe you're seeing, how clear a look are you getting on some of these, what look like really highly contested shots?
I mean, I guess they're difficult shots, but, me and Coach Jordan work every day, so I'm just doing what I do every day, and just trusting, and coaches have confidence in me, and I'm starting to get that confidence in myself, so that's what it looks like.
And Adam, I think in the second half, it's been 5 games in a row. Everybody's tried out that 1-3-1, which has been a little bit of a kryptonite. Did you solve it a little bit in the second half?
I think we executed a little bit better tonight with it, and I think that's where the film helps you. We watched that. They showed it in the first game. We know it's coming. So again, I'm proud of these guys to be able to respond to it and get better.
And Sam, I apologize. I got to ask you about something from last night. You had that drive from probably 22 feet away at the buzzer. The ESPN guy called you the dancing bear on that play. Between that and that 30-foot shot, how were those two? Just could you describe those two plays from last night?
Yeah, special moments. I mean, I'm confident in myself, but it was funny to see my teammates' reactions on that, on both of them actually, but definitely the drive because that's something they haven't seen too much this year. So, like Steve addressed yesterday.
Coach, tonight you guys only committed 6 turnovers, and on the season you have the lowest turnover percentage in the conference. So, what does it mean to have a team that even when they're not shooting well, they're still not going to turn the ball over and get frustrated?
I think it's a great testament to our guys. We talk about, everything we do, we got to go meet passes, these small details. That's how we start practice every day, right? We do the things that you do every day. So we'll start with ball handling. Then we do a passing drill every day just to work on that. And I thought these guys in the second half were awesome. I could be wrong. I think we had 6 in the first half, and we addressed it at halftime. And great credit to these guys. You know, they played on high alert, and I think you see as a team comes together, you want to play your best basketball as the season goes on. And I think our trust level is increasing, and guys are meeting passes and looking for the next one. So it's something we've worked on all year, but it's a great testament to these guys.
We're going to take some questions from Zoom, on Zoom.
Okay, we'll go to the first one from Johnny Zoslak, please.
Hey, Coach. I wanted to ask you about Jordan's second half performance. He had missed his only shot that he took, and he comes out in the second half, goes 5 of 8, grabs 6 boards and 11 points. I mean, how important was he kind of helping you guys surge in that second half and take over?
He was awesome. We do a Temple Toughness Award in the locker room after the game with mini boxing gloves. We've done all season long. He was the guy that won those tonight, and it was his rebounding, his toughness, and the way he responded. And I got to give my coaching staff great credit, all our coaches. A lot of guys talked to him at halftime and just kind of give him that, hey, we need you. You know, Shane Dezzoni, too, talked to him, we need you. And, man, he stepped up right from the start. And, you know, we talk about all the time, we got to put our egos aside. Who's going to have it going one night? The next guy, we got to keep going. But I am so proud of him. The way he played in the second half, he delivered, and that's what big-time players do.
And we'll go to Dan Tortora for the next, please.
Coach, you just brought it up, Temple Tough. It's something that we've heard throughout the years, a bunch of different programs use. Just how you define that with your program and how amazing it is to see it fully on display, especially in these last few games.
Yeah, you know, Temple Tough, you know, growing up, living outside the city in Bucks County, you know, I would watch Temple games and you'd hear it, right? The great Coach Chaney teams, Coach Dunphy teams, Coach McKee teams, they always talked about that stuff. And we've brought back so many former players. And almost every single former player comes back, they speak to our team, and they all talk about Temple Tough. So I think it's something that we needed to establish as our identity. But it's because we talk to our former players. It's a players program. And, you know, I think Temple Tough is when you score 18 points, but you're guarding, you only give up 22, you're rebounding, you're being physical, you're guarding without fouling, you're setting great screens, you're the first team on the floor. Like, that's tough, that's gritty. And part of Temple Tough is having fun. That's the element we're trying to bring to it. Like, we got to work hard, but we got to enjoy it. These guys are smiling out there. They're having fun, they're enjoying it, and that's something that's exciting for me as a coach to see.
And to the student athletes, just to see how these last few games have come together, you've been able to be chameleons to score a lot of points or to gut it out in a game like this under 60 points. Just what you can say about your ability to do different things on any given night to come away with a victory, especially recently.
Well, I think the biggest thing for us is just hanging our hat on the defensive end. You know, some nights shots are going to fall, some nights they're not, but our defense has to be consistent. And I think that's been the key factor in these couple games.
Yeah, I agree with Steve. Just focus on the things we can control. We all put in enough work to trust in the shots that we take, and whether they go down or not on a particular night is kind of out of our control. But whatever we do on the defensive end, the details, the communicating, that's something we can control every night. So that's something we should focus on.
All right,
Thank you.
Coach, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
This way, guys. Thank you.